Hey guys, so I did this look today. It was actually quite a lot of fun to do, and it actually turned out better than I thought it was going to turn out. So if you want to see how it was done, go ahead and continue watching, and I apologize now because I'm pretty sure it might be a little long, but there is a lot of stuff to do, so I hope you guys all enjoy it, and let's get started. Okay, so we're going to start with our eyebrows, and we're going to be using my e.l.f. palette as usual. And we're going to be using some blues, a couple different shades of blue. So we're going to start with the darkest blue, put that on the tail area. With the eyebrows, I started at the tail with the dark blue and I got lighter as I reached the front of the brow to create that ombre effect. Make sure that you blend all the colors together, otherwise it won't make the ombre effect. I've already put on my foundation, so now I'm going in with Hard Candy's Glow All The Way Liquid Illuminator and the color Dollface. And I'm just putting that on my cheeks, nose, forehead, chin, and Cupid's bow. And then I just blend that all in. I went back in with it too to add more of a glowing effect. And then I set the whole thing with my e.l.f. High Definition powder in the color Sheer. Now I'm just contouring my face with purples, since this is a dark berry. I used my e.l.f. palette as usual. I put a few shades of dark purples to get the shade that I wanted in the hollows of my cheeks. I think I started with like a lighter color and got darker as I kept going, just because I wanted like a dark, but I wanted it to kind of seem like natural for a fairy, whatever natural for a fairy is, of course. But I just progressively kept getting darker. And then everywhere else on my face I used a really light purple, and I think on my nose I got a little bit darker, but I didn't want the rest of my face to be really dark because that's not really what I wanted to stand out. And just make sure when you do this, you do blend it in, because for one, it is a purple, so it is a little harder, but also because it should still look semi-natural, and because fairies are kind of this high beauty, I'm pretty sure their contouring, even colorful, would look pretty natural. I mean, it is a little darker than usual, but this is a dark berry. For my blush, I used my Color Workshop blush in the color FDGP. I did make my blush a little darker than usual to go with the purple and flow a little more. And because I feel like as being a dark berry, blush would be a little darker. Then I started on my eyes. On the lid, I just did a really light blue all over it. And then I went in with a dark purple in my crease and blended up towards my eyebrows. And I did this on both eyes, even though I'm only going to show you the one. After the purple, I then went in with a black to darken up the crease a little bit more, and I slightly blended that up into the purple as well. And then I went in with a navy blue on top of the crease and on the purple to darken everything up. Then I went back in on the lid with a shimmery blue just to redefine everything. And then I went underneath and with the navy blue and just put it underneath my lower lash line, and then I took a lighter blue and I blended everything all out. I also took like a shimmery blue and put that towards the corners of my eye and just blended everything out. I then took my Wet n Wild Color Icon shadow in the color Spiked to add some glitter into the corners of my eyes. So I just put this right on the corners and drug it a little on top of the lid and underneath the lash line. And I did that on both eyes. Then I went in with my e.l.f. cream eyeliner in the color Black, and I did the top line as usual, nothing fancy, just a regular old eyeliner line. On my waterline, I used my e.l.f. Brightening eyeliner pencil in the color Black. Then I went back in with my cream eyeliner under my lower lash line, just to make it thicker, a little bit darker, and more fairy-like. I also did these weird lines in the corner of my eye, but just ignore those because I'm going to end up wiping them off later anyways. Then I just redefined my top line. Yeah, those lines, ignore those. They go away. I don't know what I was doing. Then I put these dots on my eyes. I feel like fairies have weird dots and stuff all over them. I did the same thing underneath my eye. Well, not the same exact thing, but I put dots under my eyes. But I did the same on both eyes. And then I went and took my Wet n Wild eyeshadow from earlier and put that on the dots, just to add some glitter onto them. For my mascara, I did it off camera, but I used my Wet n Wild Max Volume Plus in black, then my Wet n Wild Mega Volume in black, and then my new Rue Butte waterproof mascara, and that's also in black as well. Then I went in with my e.l.f. liquid eyeliner in the color Black, and I drew some intricate lines and dots. I did this on my forehead and my cheeks. They're really not that intricate, but I really just drew a couple lines and then I drew some smaller lines coming off of them. Pretty simple. And then I just made some dots around like the top of the lines, just to kind of make it kind of cool. Like I said, I feel like fairies always have that stuff all over them. I just added dots towards the top of the lines. Then on my cheeks, I also did lines. Pretty much the same way that I did the lines on here. I just drew some and just made some smaller ones come off of the bigger ones. I didn't do as many lines on my cheek because I felt like I did enough on my forehead. But for the dots on these ones, I just did it in the little curves of the lines instead of at the end of them, just to make it a little different. Then I went in with my e.l.f. Shimmer powder in the color Gold and just kind of added some glitter on those lines and dots, just to make it a little glittery and a little cooler. I would recommend waiting for your eyeliner to dry completely. I did not, and I learned that the hard way. And it still worked, but it would have worked a little bit better if it had been dry. For my lips, I went in with my Hard Candy Velvet Mousse Liquid to Matte, and the color Wisteria. And I just put that on how I put lipstick on every other time. Again, nothing special, just putting it on. So this is the completed look. I really hope you guys all enjoyed watching this and learning how to do this. Yeah, I think it turned out pretty well. I like it. I mean, that's the important part, right? I hope you guys all enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you want to see something else, go ahead and leave it in the comments. Until next time, bye!